Hi, I'm Kathy Hartman-Breining. I went to the American School of Art in Chicago, Illinois in 1975, right out of high school, and I've been a florist ever since. At that school, we learned how to do large and small projects, and we also learned the business end of having a flower shop. I recently sold my flower shop in January, but I'm still working for fun, volunteering for Mr. Telford like this. So today what we're gonna do for your assignment is you're going to pick up a packet of flowers like this. They're gonna be wrapped in newspaper. You're gonna unwrap them, and you're gonna take each stem and take off any leaves that are down here, because when you cut it or you put it in water, you don't want the leaves in the water. And the reason we don't want the leaves in the water is they cause bacteria. So when you're doing an arrangement at home with your garden flowers, what should we put in the water to prevent bacteria? Well, you want to use in a vase this size that we're doing today, a 1/4 teaspoon of bleach and a 1/4 teaspoon of sugar for the sweetness for the stems. So after you've cleared all the stems, you're going to start your free flow arrangement. These are daisy palms. You have many on a stem. Now when you use these, you do not have to leave all the flowers on the stem. If you need to take off a low rider like this, simply pull it off. I use a knife. You're probably going to use a scissor, so just cut it right down. And if you're doing another arrangement later in Oasis material, if we have time, we'll work on that. You would use these for that arrangement. So save them and put them aside. So right now I'm cutting these down so they're a little more even. This is called Elfstrom. These are very tight. They're gonna open with light and heat. So when you're done, remember, these are gonna be 3 times the size it is now. So we don't wanna pack our arrangement with flowers because we have to allow space for the buds to open up. So when we take our daisies and have them all ready to go, our 2 carnations, and you're gonna have 3 Elfstrom, or give or take, you're gonna start the arrangement. Now, when you do this arrangement, do you wanna take all your flowers and just pack them in like this and you're done? Absolutely not. That's not arranging to me. That's just plop. So you're gonna learn how to get your height and then step down with your other flowers to make it look arranged, all right? So normally your tallest flower is 1.5 times your vase. So what does that mean? You're gonna take your vase. So here's 1.5 is about there. So you're gonna cut to that bottom where the vase was. That's gonna be your tallest flower. And I would put that in the middle. Cut longer because you can never put length back on. You can always shorten it, but keep them longer if you question anything you're doing, okay? So you're also going to take your Elfstrom, and what did I tell you? This is gonna open, so make sure we leave room for it. But we're gonna work it in, and when I put it in, I'm not gonna be equal to this. I wanna start stepping my flowers down, so when I go all the way around, we're gonna progress down to the base, okay? So I'm gonna take this and do the next notch down, measure your stem to where your base would be, and put it in. If I think that's too short, I'll show you some tricks later. Next, we're gonna put another daisy in there. We're gonna get our fullest, and this one is gonna be pretty equal to this, about 1 inch shorter, okay? Because we want it to be a little shorter, stepping down. You're gonna put it in, so you notice that? Tall, short, about 1 inch. And you're working these in amongst them for the color, okay? So when I put them around, I also wanna get some color right in here so you can go in between. So when that opens up, I'm gonna have red in the center and white around the base, along with my yellow carnations that are gonna go in there. For your look. Now I wouldn't put the 2 carnations together because you want the color on both sides of the arrangement. Remember that. There's no rhyme or reason to the coloring, but there is to flowers when you do an arrangement. Don't put your biggest flower on the top. Always have your bigger flowers to the bottom. So if I had a big rose, excuse me, a rose that was about the size of this, it would be up here because that's your expensive flower. Your daisies are a little cheaper. But if I had like a big protea. I would never just stick it up here and have this protea and then these little flowers around it. You want to work it in so it looks natural and well formed, okay? So if you got your flowers in there, now we need to add what? Or what do you think that's wrong with it? You're right. We've got 2 reds here, right? So we want to move this one over to here so that we're balanced with the red, correct? And what else is wrong? Right, you want to take this white one, put it in the center where it started because it moved on us and they're going to move on you and you have to watch that. You got to hit the vase though. I didn't hit the vase there. So now we've got them more equal. What do you think about this? Remember I said these are all going to open up, so it's going to be like this big. So we don't want that way up over everything. We want to get this tucked down a little further, okay? So I just took a little more off to put in there. So when it opens, it'll be coming around both sides. Also in your packet is going to be some baby's breath. That's what this is. You're going to just dot it in wherever you want because that just makes it airy. You've got 2 pieces. You decide how you want it to look the best. It fills in holes. And now you've also got your greens that are going to be in your packet. Some are going to have tree fern, what you would do with tree fern. I believe you've got 2 or 3 pieces like this. Just tuck them along the edges. See how I tuck them in for a little wispiness? And don't be afraid to cut them. If that's a big piece, cut it down and use your pieces all over in the arrangement, okay? And this one. And that arrangement would be done. It's one of the hardest arrangements to do because it's all around. It's very hard to judge the size and where to place them. Now, if you don't have this tree fern, that's really easy to tuck in. Some of you are going to get leather leaf. The leather leaf is probably going to be a piece like this, and you're going to take it, and you're probably just going to put it in like this. Well, you don't want to do that. You don't want it too big. So let's pull off some of the bottom fronds here so we can tuck this in the water without affecting the flowers and make it shorter, okay? The greens are the cheapest part of your arrangement, but it finishes it. So make sure they're tucked down in a little lower. Don't have them real tall, okay? And others of you will have the Aurelia, and you can cut that and you can tuck it in amongst the flowers like this, or you can go along your edges like that, which is what I would do. But keep them short. Don't get them too long. Make sure they fit in. Don't take one of these like this tall and think it would be really pretty like that. This is your cheapest thing. You don't want that in the flowers. You want to put it to the edge of your flowers to finish around the base. So when people turn this around, and look, my carnation moved. I got to move this one. It moved on me. So when you turn it around, you don't have any holes. So good luck.